welcome to the second episode of The Breast is Best, or just Breast is Best. And today's episode is going to be about things that help boost my milk supply, also known as galactogs. I'm not sure how to pronounce the word, but I do know that it means things that help boost your milk supply, or it means this. Anywho, I just wanted to talk to you guys about some things that when I was going through low milk supply, because one, I got sick. I got like a cold or a sinus infection or something, and I had took Sudafed, because you know you can only take certain things. I had took Sudafed and the Robitussin, and I don't know if it was just because I was sick or it's because I was taking those things, like my milk just like started to dry up like that. I mean, I went from pumping enough for him to eat into feeding him enough to not having, even when he was eating, like, I don't know if you've ever suffered from low milk supply, if you found this video because you're looking for things, and like when he's when your baby's nursing and you're just like, I feel like nothing is in there, like he's like sucking and the skin is feeling taut. Yeah, I was drying up. So I had went on a search for things that help to boost milk supply, and of course you run into, it always says like fenugreek teas, lactation cookies, and things like that. So I'm just going to show you the things that I tried, and the things that I heard of that I still would like to try, because even though my milk supply has come back, I still go through moments of low milk supply where it dips down lower than I like sometimes. And I'm really trying to get a freezer stash. Like, I don't know, like I think my goal in life right now is to get a freezer stash for my son. Although this is not a whatever, it's not a milk thing that helps boost your milk supply, water is so important to drink before we get started. Water, when you're breastfeeding, you will get dehydrated if you don't drink water, and water is good. And also eating balanced 3 meals a day, balanced meals, helps with your milk. And oatmeal, I ate tons of oatmeal because someone told me it helps. But so let's get to it. I'm going to say the first thing that I tried to help boost my milk supply was lactation cookies. Now I don't have any today, so I can't do like a live piecing in, but I'll insert a picture of the lactation cookies that I used, and they were the lactation cookies made by a company called Milk Makers. I had bought like 25 of these cookies at $2.50 a pop. It got pricey. I went online and I saw that you can make your own. So, but if you're like me where you just don't have time or the patience, I just bought the Milk Makers cookies. But there are some companies as well online that especially on Instagram, that actually make lactation cookies and sell them for a lot cheaper than what Milk Makers was charging. So check out those people. Yeah, so with the cookies, I did see a boost. What I did was basically I would eat 3 cookies. It was either 2 or 3 cookies a day, and basically I ate 1 in the morning with breakfast, and I drank a ton of water, and then I would eat 1 with lunch, drunk a ton more water, that's bad grammar, and then before bed I would eat 1 at nighttime and drink a bunch of water. I did notice by like the 5th day that I started to see an increase in my milk, where I would pump faster. And that's why like my milk would just come out faster. I didn't really see like a big jump where like, oh my god, I'm pumping like 7 bottles now. I didn't see that, but I did see it helped me to keep my milk supply stable, and there was a slight increase. So I mean, I would suggest lactation cookies if you do need a little bit of a boost. They might work really well for you. They did help me to pump the milk faster, but I didn't really see a giant increase where I was like, oh my god, my milk. So yeah, the second thing that I used, I tried this organic Milkmaid tea. I found this at Babies R Us. I also got the Milk Makers cookies at Babies R Us, but you can also order them off Amazon.com for cheaper. Like you can order like the whole big bag. But I tried Earth Mama Angel Baby organic Milkmaid tea. Now this stuff right here, Okay, now it wasn't dreadfully nasty, but it was not a good, like, I wouldn't pick this up if there was one that tasted better. Like, it had this, like, I can't even explain it. They say black licorice, and I guess that's what it tasted like. But I got used to it after drinking it so much, because I mean, I drank this for like 3 weeks trying, and at first I really didn't see, I mean, I was drinking 3 cups of hot nasty tea a day, and I didn't have an increase until about the fifth day. I noticed that my milk started to come back. And this was all around the time that I was sick, and I also was taking eating the lactation cookies. But what I started to do though was, instead of steeping it, like they give you instructions on here, but I started to let it just, the tea bags, I started off with 1, drinking 3 cups of hot tea a day, so morning, afternoon, and then 1 at night. And then I started to leave it in there, like let it just, what is it called, steep? I would just like put 2 or 3 in a big tall cup or a big jar of hot water, and I would just let it sit there and just soak it all up, and then I would drink it. And so then I went down to 2 times. When I would do that, I would only do it twice a day, and I would use 2 tea bags instead of just the 1. And that's when I really started to see an increase. But the only thing is, my son was super fussy. I got the runs and my son got the runs from this stuff. So me and Fenugreek and my baby and Fenugreek did not like this. So I immediately stopped, because although it was helping, I didn't like that we were being affected in that manner. So I mean, first, you can try it if you want, because it did work. Again, it wasn't a dramatic increase, but it did bring my milk back flowing like how I was used to pumping. The last one that I used, which I've been like super amazed by, is it's called Milk Machine by Euphoric Herbals. And it came in a jar like this. It's probably blurry because, you know, the screen is back here, but the lady's name that runs the company, her name is Cindy. And I found out about Euphoric Herbals because I had posted a picture about boosting milk supply, needing help, or some hashtags I put on Instagram, and one of the ambassadors had commented under one of my photos, check this place out. So I went and I looked at it, researched it for a while, looked up the stuff, and I just never really thought to do it, because at that time my milk had came back. I wasn't having any issues. But about a month ago, like when he hit 6, like at the end of his 5th month, 6th month, I started to have issues again, and I went in search of some milk boosting things, and I was like, oh, let me check that lady out. I said, her prices, at first I was like, oh man, because y'all on a super budget, and I was just like, oh, let me try it. So I ordered, because I was reading the reviews, and you don't read one bad review, and I don't know if it's because there's just none out there, or if there just isn't any, but all the reviews on the website were great. I would go under the hashtags on Instagram, I would Google Milk Machine, Lush Leche, and you always heard positive things. Now, like I said, you know, everything that works for one person doesn't work for the other. But, so, whatever. So I finally decided to order them, and they came in this nice jar. There was, I believe, 30 capsules for Milk Machine, because I ordered the bundle, the Milk Machine and Lush Leche. There was 30 capsules for the Milk Machine, and then there was inserted in there in a separate baggie was the Lush Leche. I just stuck the label on there. And I'm not going to go through the ingredients, all of that. If you want to check it out, go to Euphoric Herbals and click on it and, you know, do all that. But let me say, I'm going to insert some pictures in here of the milk I started to pump with Milk Machine. Like, I was pumping full 6-ounce bottles in like 7 minutes when I was taking Milk Machine. And what I was doing is 2 capsules 3 times a day. I know it might seem like a lot, and it's all natural products. And by the 3rd day, the first day of taking them, at the end of the first day, my breast felt so full, but they felt heavy. They didn't feel like full of milk, but they felt heavier. And I was like, okay, I wasn't really noticing a difference in my pumping. The second day, my son would stay on the breast longer, and he was eating, like he would eat and he just seemed like he was getting so much milk, and I was like, this is interesting. By the third day, I was flowing like the rivers of milk and honey. I'm telling you, I had milk just roller coastering out. It was great. Now, I never woke up leaking like some people's, you know, reviews, but my milk was like, it was there. Hence, look at the pictures. So I had great things, and then I ran out, and I started to take, and I gave time in between for my body to be clear of milk machines so I could start Lush Leche. Now I'm still taking Lush Leche, and I've upped it to 3 capsules 3 times a day, and I'm still not noticing any difference. My milk actually has cut back, if possible. I'm barely pumping enough. Like I struggled throughout the week to pump enough for my son, so I will be ordering more milk machine, and I'll be saying no to Lush Leche because it didn't work for me. Now, that's not a bad review on the product. That's just the formula within Lush Leche just wasn't what my body needed. Milk machine my body liked, but like I said, like there's some people that would comment under my pictures on Instagram, probably watching now. They were like, you know, it wasn't working for them. They had been taking it for a while. You have to try which, like she says, you have to try which one works for you. So I would recommend getting a bundle with like Dairy Fairy. My next thing, I want to try Dairy Fairy and Dairy Diva because everyone gave rave reviews. But until I can get my, you know, milk where I need it to be, I'm going to just order Milk Machine because I know that that works on my body. And the great part, it had no side effects on my son. I mean, I didn't break out. I didn't have to go to the bathroom really bad. Nothing. Me and my son were fine. Now, Lush Leche, I am constipated. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't been, like, my bowels were kind of messed up with whatever's, there's something extra in that Lush Leche that's just not agreeing with me. And I noticed my son's been a little fussier. But it's hard to tell if that's because of the supplement or if it's just because he's starting to teeth. But, yeah, Lush Leche hasn't worked for me, and that's not nothing towards, you know, her and her company. That blend just didn't work for me. Milk Machine worked for me. So with her, you have to try. Don't, if you do go there and order from them, get a bundle, different ones, or buy like 23. I think you can buy like 23, a sample size of 23 from each, 23 capsules or 30 capsules for like $22, and try a small amount of each one until you find the one that works for you. Because I know this girl on my page, and I felt bad because I know what it feels like when your milk starts to dry up or when you don't have enough to feed your son. It's such a heartbreaking thing. I mean, I went through nights and days of crying because I was like, I can't feed my baby. I don't want to give him formula, you know, and it just... So I understand, like, I definitely sympathize with you guys, like, if you know, if you're going through that, because I was there. So that's why I'm making this video, to share with you my experience, because for some reason when I went in search of information on breastfeeding, like, there wasn't a lot of information. It was like, don't people breastfeed anymore? Like, so this is just me sharing my experience, especially in the African American community. I didn't find a lot of them. Now I'm starting to see, just like with the natural hair movement, I'm starting to see more people of my color, and it's not a cultural thing, but I'm just saying, I'm seeing more people starting to get on that natural, like, I want to nurse my baby rather than give them formula, which is fantastic. But yeah, so those are the Galacticus. Those are the milk supply boosters that I used and that have worked for me and my experiences with them. So leave a comment below or email me some of the Galactogs, some of the things that you guys have used that have helped you when you were experiencing issues with your milk supply. Maybe you haven't, and that's awesome if you haven't, but or maybe you're looking for that boost. You know, try them out, share your experience, or let me know some things that work for you, because I know I've read somewhere eating coconut oil, like 3 tablespoons of raw organic coconut oil helps. I want to try it, but I just don't see myself just eating organic coconut I don't know, maybe I'll put it in a smoothie or something, I don't know, but I read somewhere that it's supposed to help with your milk. Who knows? But yeah, let's share, comment, you know, share, drop it in a comment, send me an email, hit me up on Instagram, let me know what things you guys have used and that have worked for you, and maybe I'll try it, you know. And as always, you know, do your research, ask your doctor to make sure nothing like conflicts with you and baby. Like, you know, remember, every woman is different, and I am not a doctor, I am not a lactation consultant, I am not certified for nothing. I am just a mama that loves her son and is breastfeeding and enjoying the journey. So as always, thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you want to see on here, or things that you want me to look into, or something you try that works, or all that great stuff, or what you know, whatever. Just talk, let's talk about it. And yeah, good luck on your journey with breastfeeding. And although, like, you know, this is my favorite quote that I've read in the breastfeeding community, although breastfeeding may not be the right choice for you, it is always the best choice for baby. And with that, I am signing off, and I love you guys for tuning in, and I can't wait to see you again next week. Bye.